this bill. Thank you, Speaker.
Is the motion seconded? I give the call to member for Fisher.
Speaker. During my time as chair of the Social Policy and Legal Affairs Committee, I led an inquiry into age verification for online wagering and online pornography, producing the Protecting the Age of Innocence report. We called for urgent action, and I'll quote, to protect children from gambling-like incentives used by tech giants and video game creators to generate microtransactions for chance-based mystery virtual items. As I said then, these exploitive and deceptive in-game purchases have created a global billion-dollar industry at the expense of our youth, and it has to be said, for their families. As the member for Clark has pointed out, in August, a study into loot boxes found that there is a strong correlation between loot box and gaming purchases and problem gambling. The Coalition has continually fought to keep kids safe online, including in the face of growing big tech and social media influence. It's often been said when we were in government, Mr Speaker, that you shouldn't be able to do online what you can't do in the real world. Young children under the age of 18 can't walk into an RSL and play the pokies. They can't walk into a TAB and put a bet on a horse race. And yet these loot boxes are effectively a form of gambling that is being delivered to young people's homes in their bedrooms and living rooms. And I'm very pleased that when we were in government, thanks to the Protecting the Age of Innocence report and the work that we undertook as a committee, we were able to secure a commitment for mandatory age classifications from the then Communications Minister. And we took a number of steps to empower the eSafety Commissioner to tackle these issues. Now, unfortunately, the election got in the way, as it has with many things, but as they say, that's life in a democracy. But this measure is a step in the right direction, and I want to commend the member for Clark. We have our differences on many things, but the member for Clark has been an absolute strident champion in his desire to want to clean up the gambling industry, as have I. And we stand shoulder to shoulder in this place to put big tech, to put the big gambling companies on notice that he and I and anyone who wants to join us will fight shoulder to shoulder to protect Australians who have become vulnerable to gambling. Now, we're not advocating for the I won't speak for the member for Clark, that would be inappropriate, but I'm not advocating for gambling to be made illegal, but there is so much that we need to do in this place to protect vulnerable Australians. And yes, it's uncomfortable for some people, yes, it's uncomfortable for parties, but together we can do this. And this is a sensible start. It's a sensible start to introduce this bill, to introduce age classifications for something that will protect our most vulnerable. And I support the bill, and I congratulate the member for Clark for bringing it.